Marissa's a woman who likes money.
Opening statements today in the case of a woman accused of killing her own husband with a hammer. If convicted, Marissa DeVault could face the death penalty. ABC 15's Elizabeth Irwin's been following this case. And Elizabeth, the prosecution and the defense are telling two totally different stories here.
Very different stories, Katie. On one side, the prosecution says DeVault is a greedy woman who just wanted to get her hands on some cash. The other side claims she's an abuse victim who saw no other way out.
The defendant likes money, and she likes easy money.
Marissa DeVault sits at the defense table trying to show jurors she isn't the person the prosecution is painting her to be.
You will be firmly convinced that the defendant had been planning this.
The state says DeVault was a woman desperate for cash who killed her husband for his life insurance money so she could pay off a debt she owed her secret boyfriend.
She owed him $294,000 plus interest.
But the defense says that's just not true.
That's the state's attempt to get to premeditation.
DeVault's lawyer says she wanted her husband to live.
Marissa called 911 right away, okay?
And he said if DeVault had planned to kill him, she would have used one of the several guns in their home, not a hammer.
Look at our client. Look how tiny she is.
But then jurors have to consider this.
Her story changed. A complete 180.
DeVault initially tried to blame the couple's roommate for the crime. When police didn't buy it, she fessed up that she had been the one swinging the hammer.
And because of that, the defendant has been charged with first-degree murder.
We selected each and every one of you because we thought you all could keep an open mind.
And speaking of those jurors, I got my hands on this. It's the list of questions potential jurors had to answer before they could be chosen for this case. It asks things like, what's your take on the death penalty? Is it something you'd be able to consider? All important questions that could come up as this trial progresses. They'll be back in court Monday morning.
Yeah, it's always interesting after the trial is done and complete to look back at those questions too. It sometimes is really telling why they pick certain jurors.
Absolutely.
New information tonight on